Hi guys. So I'm going to read you the letter that Wade wrote to Kelly. Thank you, Lewis, for sending this to me. You are awesome. You've helped out so much with found a lot of good stuff. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. A lot of you guys have helped out. It's been awesome. Okay, so I'm going to read you this letter that Wade wrote to Kelly when he was in jail. You could see it says July 10th, but I don't know the year. Considering he's been in there for 5 years, it could be any year, right? So the sides are cut off, especially on this side and then some of this side. So I'm going to actually fill in some of that. There's a few words missing for each line. Some of them are pretty obvious what he says. I mean, maybe not in exact words, but like what he's trying to say, right? So I'm just going to fill it in. Dear Kelly, do you remember that one night that you and I went out downtown to go out together for dinner? You actually had a dress on and you looked remarkable. Out of nowhere, a complete and random stranger walked over to our table and made the comment of how obviously in love we were. This is actually why I chose to write to you now. I did receive the letter that you sent to me while I was doing time at the Martin County Jail. If you do decide to write me and try to talk about past events between us, you will once again get a response letter from me. This is not about you running off to show this letter to anyone else. This is about you and the care that I do have and owe to you. Maybe now, because it looks like there's an N right here. So maybe the care that I do have and owe to you now. Despite everything between us, despite you still following, I don't know, maybe everyone following something and you still hating my guts. I loved you. So thank you for being my everything for the something period of time. And no matter what anyone may say or maybe do now, and no matter what anyone may say or think now, for a long time, we were great, and we really depend on one another with all we had. You were and still are the greatest woman in this world, and hands down, got more than you deserved. More than that, though, probably you genuinely made this guy so happy. All the things we did, all the places we went, or when we did absolutely nothing at all. It was a great time of my life. So this is for me as much as it is for you. So the man sitting across from you that night at dinner, I'm still here, though working and praying still to be better. Because even he was not good enough. I'm working on me every day now, and to hear that you are doing so good in your life right now makes me the proudest, happiest man ever. They have a kiosk machine in the jail here and at the next jail that I can write to you on. And it is a lot faster and easier than this would be. Send me your phone number or email if you decide to write me back, and I can hopefully add you on the kiosk. If not, this was all for you, sweet girl. Thank you so very much for your heart and most, all of the time you shared of your life with me. One day, forgive me. Not to tell the world of it, but forgive me for yourself, deep inside. Wade. P.S. Give our 2 kids with tails all of my love. How are they doing? Okay, so that's that. I bet you that's July, well, it can't be 2019 because the crime happened in 2019 in October. So this could be, I bet you this is July 2020. But who knows? I mean, it could be any of the years. Okay, hi guys. So I want to read you guys this article, Wade's journey to death row. So it says, Florida killer Wade Wilson begins journey to death row, leaves Lee County Jail for Rayford. In the middle of the night, less than 36 hours after a Fort Myers man sentenced to death for the 2019 murders of 2 Cape Coral women, he left Lee County custody and began his journey to death row. Lee County jail records indicate Wade Wilson, 30, was released from the facility minutes after 1:30 a.m. Friday on his way to the Florida State Prison in Rayford, where he will await his execution, which could take years. He has been held at the Lee County Jail since his October 8, 2019 arrest. Lee Circuit Judge Nicholas Thompson on Tuesday sentenced Wilson to death for the brutal 2019 murders of Christine Melton, 35, and Diane Ruiz, 43. At trial, prosecutors said Wilson killed Melton hours after meeting her at the Buddha Live. Hours after killing her, he stopped Ruiz along a Cape Coral street. 2 days after he received his death sentence, Wilson was adjudicated guilty and sentenced for 1 count of attempted trafficking in amphetamine or methamphetamine between 28 to 200 grams. A second-degree felony, and 1 count of conspiracy to traffic in amphetamine and methamphetamine, a first-degree felony. He pleaded no contest to the charges and was sentenced to 12 years in prison. He was also ordered to pay more than $50,000 in fines in the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. So I wonder if a percentage of his commissary or whatever he gets from people, if it's going to go towards those fines, right? The court actions allow for Wilson to transfer to death row more quickly instead of remaining at the Lee County Jail waiting to resolve the charges in trial. The state attorney's office said the sentences are to be served concurrent with the 2 death sentences he received Tuesday for his June 12th conviction of 2 counts of first-degree murder and October 7th, 2019. Wilson is the second convicted Lee County killer sentenced to death since the law changed. Joseph Ziegler, 62, was sentenced to death June 26, 2023, in the 1990 murders of the 11-year-old Robin Cornell and her babysitter, Lisa Story, 32. A third person, Wisner Desmaret, 35, who killed Fort Myers police officer Adam Jobbers Miller, was sentenced to life in prison instead of the lethal injection. And this talks about I already read the whole incident report in one of my lives, narcotics trafficking. And then the jail escape plot charges dropped as part of a no contest plea. Okay. As part of the plea agreement, the state dropped the charges in a separate case that accused Wilson of plotting a jail escape. In October 2020, Wilson, along with a man accused in a domestic violence case, was thwarted in a bid to escape Lee County Jail. Wilson and his cellmate at the time, Joseph Katz, 34, were involved, authorities said. And I had read that incident report too on one of my lives. Okay, shout out to Kim for sending me this death row list here. Corrections Offender Network, death row roster. And if you scroll all the way down, he's the last one on the list, right here. You click on it. There he is. There's visitation application forms, how to apply for visitation. I'm sure he's going to get a lot of women, all his fans. Crazy. All right, just wanted to show you that. So shout out to Jessica. Thank you for sending me this information here. There's a picture of the death row, and then this right here, this information. So UCI and FSP Death Row Rayford, French Coalition Against the Death Penalty. Important announcement for Florida Death Row. After months of a collaboration and back and forth with the UCI administration, we are thrilled to announce that we have successfully secured approval for the implementation of video visits in Florida's death row. The video visits will start this Monday, January 29th, 2024, and will be available once a week from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. U.S. time, with each session lasting 15 minutes. As this is a new process, both the administration and ourselves acknowledge that there may be some adjustments along the way. Video visits will be conducted through your JPay account on a computer. If you encounter any difficulties setting them up, please don't hesitate to contact us. It's crucial to note that the participants must be approved visitors on the visitation list. The dress code is the same as for in-person visits. Additionally, please ensure that no one other than yourself appears in the video throughout the entire duration, as the process is quite strict, and any violations may result in the suspension of both video and in-person visits. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation as we navigate this new phase in our communication with our incarcerated loved ones. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. So you know he's going to be getting all these women visiting him. Oh my Lord, I can't even imagine. So here's a clip somebody must have took in court. It's like 20 seconds of a clip of them in court for one of the hearings. I think it was for the sentencing. It was the one, I think, before the sentencing hearing, like when they were trying to get the doctor to be able to run that test. Remember that hearing that they showed a part of? I think that's what this is.
Now, I feel I need to clarify. Obviously, Dr. Brandon is not a neuropsychologist, he's a psychologist.
Okay, so next I want to play this TikTok from Crime Palette is their channel's name. They have an age progression type thing of all of Wade's mugshots, and there's some mugshots I've never seen before. They got a lot of them, so good job, Crime Palette. But here it is. And I'm going to actually switch the music because of copyright. So TikTok, they have their own music that they use. YouTube's different. I have my own music I could use for what I pay for license. So I'm going to put my own music in there. But the visual part, videos, is from Crime Palette.
It's too late now to turn around and back again. I made my bed and now I lay my head in it. And I'm sorry I'm not perfect, but I knew that I wouldn't be. I guess it's for the best, you know the worst in me. I'm no good at being good, but I never said I was. And I feel misunderstood, cause I'm trying hard to love. I'm sorry, my actions, they haunt me, and I'll never live it down. I'm no good at being good, but I never said I was. You call my bluff, I won't pick up, I let it ring. Record your voice so I can listen back again. And I'm sorry I'm not perfect, but I knew that I wouldn't be. I guess it's for the